Thanks for joining me today. My name is Jessica Gowers. I'm the Communications Manager for the Elgin Middlesex Oxford Workforce Planning and Development Board. And today I'm going to go over with you our new website in our effort to make our LMI more accessible. So the real purpose of the relaunch of our website is because one of our yearly deliverables for this year is that we've chosen to undertake making our LMI more accessible to the broader community and to our partners. And we realized that this begins with our website. Of course, our website is where we house all of the LMI that we collect and all of the data visualizations that we put forth, and our local jobs hub tool is there. And all of what we offer the community is really focused on our website. So it just makes sense that we need to start there, make this more accessible, and then the rest will come later. Even with our partners who are not necessarily data experts, we want to make sure that they are able to use our tools and they understand all of the ones that are on the website and are available to them. Really, the purpose is to make sure that anybody who wants to use data or local labor market information for the London Economic Region is able to find it, understand it, and make good use of it. So as I said, this was a yearly deliverable for us. This is something that we're going to continue and take on for the next year and probably continuously going forward. And so to really drive that, we've come up with a series called Labor Market Information Made Easy. And the first session is where we're really going to start from ground zero. So you can kind of think of this session as a prequel to the real launch of the Labor Market Information Made Easy series. And so that launch is going to be on May 31st, where we start from the very bottom talking about what is local labor market information. And so I'll make sure that you can find that link, and I'll show you on our website where to find that link. It's actually right on the homepage at this moment. So why don't I share my screen and we will launch into the demo. Okay, so here is our website. So if you are familiar with us, you know that this looks very different than what it used to. Our website can be accessed at workforcedevelopment.ca. You can see at the top there. And so we're starting where it feels natural. This is just the home page. You can see at the top we have on our navigation a home button and about us, our deliverables, local labor market plan, the labor market information made easy, the employer one, and in the future what will be added to this is our migration and mobility report, as well as our library, where you're familiar with this, that on our library is where we house all of our reports from the history of time. So the local jobs hub, this will just bring you to the tool that is on the homepage. It just kind of jumps down. Our news, this is where you can find previous and current posts about what's upcoming or what we're doing and all the things that we want you to know, and generally just our contact information. So within the first scroll, we have the what's happening. This is what I was talking about, where you can go to news and find more information about this. When you click on it, you will be brought to a page. So this is exactly what I was saying before, that this is going to be the first session of our Labor Market Information Made Easy series, the What is Labor Market Information. You can click here to register now. And we have Deb's retirement and our Wednesdays at 1, which are attending right now. You have all the tools you need for the successful job search. So this is where we come into the local jobs hub. And so this, if you're familiar with our tools, you'll know that this is brand new. It's not necessarily innovative in the world of the internet, but for us, this is really exciting. So here you can just search whatever job you're interested in, and it will bring you automatically to our job board of those jobs. So if I type in mechanic, you can see that it will come right up, and you can see on our job board all of the job posts that would be before you have to access this tool and then type it in. Now you can type it in from the home page and it will bring you to this tool. So this is like our gold bar of making sure that our tools are accessible and easy to use, and they don't require prior knowledge or familiarity with the Workforce Planning Board. So if I go back to the homepage, back to the local jobs hub tools, you can see that we have this counter here. It is always counting automatically, so that will change every single time you come to the website. And we have these tools. They are the same tools that we had before of the local jobs hub tools. They just are presented differently. So that was really the angle that we took as our approach to make it more accessible, was that we understand a lot of people who use and promote our tools, thank you, are the employment service providers. So when the job seeker comes onto this website, we want them to be able to access it independently, and they're able to understand it without help or without somebody explaining to them what kind of the jargon means. So you can see very straightforward job post, job map, job bubbles, et cetera, with the very brief description of what those tools are. The job posts and the job map, most people are really familiar with them. They're the ones that we promote the most, but the ones that I get the questions about the most are the job bubbles and the career calculator. So I want to show you those ones today, because the job post, job map, training near you, jobs by industry, those ones are really straightforward. When you click on them, they just make sense. But the job bubbles and the career calculator do require a little bit of me explaining what those tools are to you and how you can best use them. So with the job bubbles, and I also want to mention that I'm just doing a brief overview right now of our website, but in the future, we'll have more specific installments if that's what people are interested in how to use each tool and how to get the most benefits out of each tool. So right now, I'm just going over the ones that I find people need a little bit of an explanation with, because independently, maybe the use of them doesn't make sense. So it says great for visual thinkers with the job bubbles. And so the feedback that I've gotten about this tool is that it's very overwhelming. And so if you don't know what you're looking at, maybe that is the case. Maybe you're feeling that right now. So with this tool, first I want to say that I think that this tool is best used for people who don't know the direction in which they want to take their career at this exact moment. So instead of going to the job board and seeing a list of jobs that are available, if you're a person who you're just trying to get back into the workforce, or you want a career change, you don't know what you want to do, seeing a list of like, oh, a mechanic, and then a waste management person, and then a tailor, like it may not speak to you. So in this setting, you can kind of see this is everything right now that's on the job board. And so maybe when you were looking for a job, you didn't think, oh, I could be a painter, or I could be a payroll administration person, I could be a motorcycle mechanic. And so this is just a way to get everything that's available in one place so you can see it right away. And you do also have the option to filter it down by sector. So if that is something that you want to do, or if you can change it by the bubble size option. So maybe this is something, you prioritize the median salary or the job openings. You can see that on each bubble, there is a little number. That's how many job openings are available right now on our job board under that title. And if you put your mouse over it, you can see it kind of extends into, you can see the arrows there going to different bubbles. So you can see that I have my mouse on receptionist and there's arrows going off. So example, up at the top, you can see that one of the ones that's highlighted is administrative supervisors. So the way that I like to think about it is the blue bubbles are like the primary job. Like this is a store clerk. This is a heavy equipment operator. And then when you hover over that, it will give you like branches of more specific titles that are under like that job title. So for example, like think of like a nurse, and then that would be the blue bubble. And then all of the, like maybe somebody who does the ultrasounds, or like an operator with a radiologist or something like that, is underneath the nurse. So it's like the more specific titles. And more commonly, under those very common names like roofer, you're gonna find more job postings because that is what the employer is putting, because it's a general title, right? So like I said, I want this tool, people to understand that this tool can be used for anybody, but it's maybe not the person that knows that they want to go into administration, or they know that they want to go into construction, because you're not going to be able to, I guess you're going to spend a lot of time looking. And I mean, you do have the search by keyword, but really I think that the gold with this tool is that if you don't know what you want to do, you can come here and look at all of the different names, and maybe it will start making sense to you about what speaks to you right away. Also, I want to say that when you click on them, you'll see that the job description comes up and the 2 active postings come up. And this is the layout, I guess, for every single one. So you can see that there's 6 active job postings. You look and there's the job postings. When you click on them, it takes you to the place that it was aggregated from. So that's how you use the job bubbles. The next tool that I said I wanted to go over was the career calculator. And so we could spend a lot of time working with the career calculator, but this is something that would be really good for people that are looking for like a real career change. So this is, the career calculator really works on a long-term scale. So you're going to insert your current or most recent occupation. And so just bear with me while I do this for you. So let's do an actor and comedian. We'll do the current age of 27, our retirement age 65, and our current yearly income, let's say it's 45,000. Then we have our target occupation. What would we like to do? Let's say again, a mechanic. So real career change there. appliance service and repairs. So the inflation rate at this moment, I'm just going to trust, let's keep it at 1.9. The expected yearly income, it automatically fills it in as the one in the 25th percentile, but you can see that it automatically comes up with the lowest observed salary and the highest observed salary. So let's go with what it says, 48,000. And then we have our education. So to become a mechanic, let's say that we need $6,000 of education. So let's say our commitment is going to be full-time, and the duration, say we need a 2-year program to become that appliance service repair. And the living cost for that year, let's say, is $25,000. And our annual income during our education, because we're in full-time, so maybe let's say that we're working part-time. So let's say our annual income is $15,000, and let's say that we got a grant for $2,500. So then we calculate, and you can see that we will make $2,646 more in our career over our lifetime than if we stayed in the a comedian job. And we have like a breakdown here year for year. So over the 38 or 36 years that we'll be in the workforce, we will just exceed what we were going to be making before. We have a 0% return on our investment. So that's got to do with that money that we're putting into the education. And in 37 years, we'll get our payback. So say you're thinking, that sounds good, I want to do it. Then you can see the job posting activity on our job board of how many roles were in that, how many jobs we're posting for that role over the last 2 years at most. We currently have 0 active job postings for the appliance service repairs, but we can see here that the top hiring company in that sector was Phoenix Service Solutions. So that career calculator tool really can be used by anybody, and it's just to see, I guess, naturally, unless it's for happiness or something like that, if you're looking for a new job, you're hoping that that job is going to make you more prosperous in the future. And so this tool is really a way that you can see, will I stay on track, instead of doing the calculations on track for retirement, instead of doing the calculations yourself. So if we go back to the homepage, we now have the reports, the job search reports, the skill demand reports, and the job demand reports. So with the job demand report, this could be something that is used for job seekers. This is something where you can see on our local jobs hub which jobs were posted most frequently within the last month, or however long you put the duration for. You have an interactive version, or you can do a PDF version. So you can see that in March 2020, this is updated like every month for the month previous. So you can see that we had 17,600 posts on our job board that month. You can do some more filtering. And so you can see, okay, well, you know, I'm a student and school finishes in September. So I was thinking of going into healthcare, but I wonder if there's still going to be jobs in September 2022. You can see here that in September 2021, there were still 766 jobs on our job aggregate for healthcare, and that's pretty average. So you can see that it's actually a little bit on the rise over the last year of the trend. So in September, you can kind of devise, well, I think that there should be jobs there. So you can do it for all the different industries that we have available. And you can see that most jobs were looking for permanent on average. The experience level that they were looking for was 2 years, which is good news for the students out there. The job posting by skill type, this by skill level, the top hiring employers. So if you're looking for somewhere that you want to work, you can see, well, Western's always hiring. So this is really a tool that is useful for our job seekers. The job search report is more useful for the employer because it's seeing like what have people been searching for on our tool on the local jobs hub. So you can see like 400 people searched last month for a mechanic. This is what people like, the trend is that they tend to be interested in. The skill demand report is very similar to the job demand report. It's just based on skills. So you can see like in the last year, month, 2 months, whatever, this is the skills that employers were looking for most. the interactive census map, labor market info, talent map, sector map tool. So these are data primarily from StatsCan, and it is going to be, I think, from 2016 until now, or very recently. And then you can see it, there is so much information in there, especially with the census, that you can break down by like thousands of filters. So this is great for seeing like areas in the London Economic Region that house a lot of people who are new to Canada within the last, between 1990 and 1999, between 2000 and 2010. So you have so many breakdowns. You can see like the average income for that area. You can see if people are living usually in apartments or in houses. So this information is, again, not for the job seeker, but very useful to the people that are in the nonprofit or even the private sector. And our data visualizations, this is something, again, that we started last year that we've been working really hard on. So all of these data visualizations, you can see it's broken down by 8 topics, but all of these data visualizations are going to be the same format, which is on Tableau. So Tableau was chosen by us because it seems to be very interactive and easy to use for our users. So you can see at the top here, you've got all of the different things you can break down, clients' gender of people who are using literacy and basic skills from 2018 to 2021. You've got the breakdown here, and there is a bit of an explanation in case you don't want to interpret the data yourself. This is what the data analysts are saying about the information that's provided. So those are very, very quick summaries of the tools that we have on our website. Then we have just our Instagram, social media, and stuff like that. It's a very, very quick breakdown, and we will be doing more in-depth tutorials if people are interested in them. But thank you for joining me today. And I hope that I've answered a lot of your questions, and I really hope that we are achieving our goal by making this more accessible to the community. And I hope that you learned something today about the different data that's available to you. And we will stay in touch about the Labor Market Information Made Easy series. And thanks a lot. See you soon.